Welcome to Splorin with us with Ed and Cheryl. And we want to thank everybody for joining us here on our third episode of the podcast. And follow us on Facebook, Splorin with us, Twitter, Splorin with us, all together. Instagram is also Splorin with us.
Surprise!
Surprise.
So on this week's episode, we took a trip back to our hometown. I claim it as my hometown, but Ed was actually born and raised in Savannah. And so we went back there for a very special reason. For those of you who follow us on social media, you know that it was International Ed Day.
It was my birthday.
Yay!
I'm older now.
And now you're older than me again.
Yeah. That's true.
So we explored some favorite places on our return with family and friends. So we started off, Ed's brother and sister-in-law, who are in another state, couldn't be with us, but they had sent us previously a gift card to a restaurant we always enjoy when they're in town.
One of my favorites.
OD Seafood.
Yes.
On the south side of Savannah.
I got my low country boil. They bring you low country boil, and we call it a balloon when we were there.
Well, my sister said, because they have them in these big blown up balloons when they bring them out.
Yeah, it's like a plastic bag, but it looks like a balloon.
And my sister's like, "Oh, birthday balloons."
Yeah, and then they bring you the little bucket, and it's got the gloves in it.
Yeah, so if you don't know what low country boil is, you might call it a seafood boil or something where you're from. So here it's generally shrimp,
corn,
potatoes, and sausage usually.
Yeah.
My mother and
good
we
sauce.
had crab legs, which I was proud of her. It's the first time I've ever had crab with her that she cracked her own legs. Usually I don't get to eat.
That's true, because you're cracking crab legs and getting.
And so it was lovely. I mean, we had a great server, and my mother hugged the server.
She did. She was very much.
She was kind of
very nice too.
Getting really close to him. Like, what is she doing?
She's a hugger. She can't help it. And that's awesome.
And then after that, Ed and I went out and we explored a really cool place in Savannah.
Plant Riverside, which is downtown Savannah on River Street.
On River Street. So if you've been to Savannah before, you've probably been to River Street. And so this is an historic area where they used to have wharfs for the shipping industry. Now the port is further upriver. Actually, there was a picture just then on the screen, if you're watching us on YouTube, of the port further up the river. So back in the day, they had all these warehouses and things, and now those are shops and restaurants and hotels. And a few years ago, one of the hoteliers in Savannah had purchased what used to be an old electrical power plant.
Yeah.
And he had this vision, which has been realized in an incredible way with Plant Riverside District. And so it's
got the big smokestacks and everything.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And Mr. Kessler created a couple of hotels there. There's a JW Marriott, and then there's another hotel. And but inside, what was a music hall.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the Gretsch Sound of Music is there, which is a partnership with Georgia Southern University. So they have on display musical instruments from
and
Gretsch.
A lot of things. And there's a little radio station in there, too.
Oh, yeah.
And but it's really beautiful, and they have an area there. They had a wonderful statue of Martin Luther King Jr. there.
Out in the park area.
In the park area. There's a pavilion area. There's areas for
live music.
Live music, yes.
There's like a sandbox that kids can play in.
They have
one of those fountains you can run through.
It has different colors.
Right. But inside the actual old power plant, Mr. Kessler is a collector of art, and he collects geodes and other geologic things. So I just imagine that all these things were once shoved in a closet in one of his houses, and he's just like, I don't have a place to put these. I'll just buy that old power plant. So it's like a free museum. There you can see, you can't really make out with the lighting on the video. You can see some of the dinosaur artifacts that he has there, or recreations of dinosaurs that he has. So there's some of the Gretsch, if you're watching, really known for their drums and their string, like guitars and things, I think most, but a lot of famous people.
But it's definitely someplace you want to go exploring. When you go to Savannah, you definitely want to check out River Street. And there's a lot to check out in Savannah.
And so if you've been to River Street, now Plant Riverside is on the western side of River Street. So it's a continuation of River Street. So I think it's more than double now, the size, and some very nice shops. There's Swarovski's crystals. Then there are a lot of little pubs and music places.
Great places to eat.
And what is that? And some of the traditional Savannah places like Bird Cookie Company.
Right.
I can't remember who else. What is that?
I can't.
J. Parker Limited, which is a men's clothiers, I think.
Yeah.
So lots of good stuff.
But a lot of different things to do.
Well, and when we were there Friday, the weather was perfect. It was not hot.
It was still warm, but there was
cold yet.
There were storms coming in, but they hadn't gotten here yet, so there was a nice gentle breeze.
We got back just before, just as it started raining, so we did not get wet.
It all worked out perfectly.
Oh yeah, and we had gelato down there. There's a little gelato place, and oh my gosh, so many kids. People let their kids out, so it's a place you can bring the whole family.
Totally.
Yeah, and we were there on a Friday night, so I mean, Friday night, and you've got the kids out. It's okay. So you don't have to worry. There's a ghost tours bus. Of course, lots of tours that you can do in Savannah since it's an historic city. But then Saturday, we're starting to see images here on the video. We had Ed's official birthday party at a restaurant that's traditional in your family.
Yeah, Miyabi's. And
so it's a Japanese hibachi steak place.
And I love it. My favorite part is when they clean the grill at the end. I don't know why, when they pour the water in. And they do all the tricks with the food and throw the shrimp in the air. And they got me a few times on
pretending to spill sauce on you
the fake ketchup
on the fire. And
I don't want to give anything away.
Because we set Ed right in the middle, so I wasn't seated next to you because we had a number of people with us.
And they do the big flame that comes up.
And the onion ring volcano and all that stuff. If you've not been to an hibachi restaurant, there's some really famous chain. Oh, and I can't think of the name of it now. But just look up hibachi steakhouse, Japanese steakhouse.
Definitely worth it. And more food than you can eat in one sitting. I going in, I'd not eaten that day.
No, we didn't eat that day.
We didn't eat that day because we were leaving room, and I said, I am going to eat everything. And it's probably one of the times that I've been there that I didn't eat everything, not because it was bad.
Well, you usually eat everything except you still have rice left because they give you rice.
So
like a block
at this
of rice.
Point, I still have rice left. There was steak, I went all out. I had steak, shrimp, and whatever else.
Then we ate it again two more times.
Two more times since then. So, I think there's still some in the fridge. So,
there is.
But it's really good. You have a lot of leftovers. And
we will go there sometimes.
It's a great experience.
Well, we had our wedding rehearsal party there. We took out one of the back rooms that they had. And so we had
we filled
everybody. Because we had 11 children, royal style. We had children in the wedding because our friends' kids and grandkids were all in the wedding. So we had the kids and the parents and our immediate families. And it was great because we ended up with 4 sushi chefs, not sushi chefs, but hibachi chefs. And they were competing to be the most entertaining. Anymore.
They used to do sushi there. I'm like,
they had really good sushi.
But anyway, when we moved to Augusta, I happened down one of the roads and saw there was a Miyabi's and immediately called Cheryl and
we went there that day.
They have a Miyabi's and we went there that night. It's like, when are you getting off work? We gotta figure this out. We go to Miyabi's and we went there.
Yeah, we met a couple of interesting people because when you go to a restaurant like that, they seat you. There it's usually a table of 8, and so if your party doesn't have 8 people in it, then they'll seat you with another party or a couple of parties that fill you up. In fact, that's a funny birthday story for me because I don't like the attention. I don't like for people to sing happy birthday to me in a restaurant. Whereas Ed, if you were listening last week, I promised we would tell you that one time when we were at this restaurant for Ed's birthday and they came out and they played drums and sing happy birthday to you and they ask you to dance.
And so I got up, like on the chair and I was dancing and stuff that you're supposed to do, right? So, and the lady at the other table says, "Ooh, you 2 times nasty."
And so last week we told you what Ed did that was 2 times nasty. You had one foot up on a chair and you were shaking your.
I didn't do it
shaking
as much.
Your tail feathers.
Yeah,
no,
this week, as much.
This time you didn't.
Yeah, and
you were like.
Hopefully.
No, you did the robot.
Oh yeah, I did the Space Buns. If you ever seen Peter Dinklage years ago did
I think you already mentioned that on the show.
I know, but I want to. So he did a thing called Space Pants, and it's just hilarious. You have to look that clip up. But so I did the robot, and that's all I did because I have no rhythm. I can't dance.
It's true.
But
it's true.
Yeah, so because they playing the drums and you.
And then my mother had gotten this huge coconut cake. and brought it with her. But the restaurant,
I've never seen a cake that big.
It must have weighed 50 tons.
So we were outside tailgating.
Well, because they wouldn't, on the weekends, they don't let you bring a birthday cake. Because there was literally they did not stop singing happy birthday because they were going from table to table saying happy birthday. And so they don't let you bring cakes in and take up the tables.
My sister said, all these Aries that are in here, because, born in the month of April.
You all have exactly the same personalities.
Yeah, pretty much, and we're all loud as can be, and but it was fantastic.
So we ended up tailgating with the birthday cake, and we hadn't brought any plates or anything. So Ed's sister had some solo cups, so we had cupcakes.
We literally in the cup. We just did some cake.
And she had one little plastic knife that I used. That was once I got the knife into the cake. There wasn't really any handle left to cut it because it was so big. And
I can't really be having too much sugar, but one thing they did give me was a cupcake.
In the restaurant,
In the restaurant. And when I went to bite it, my mother-in-law just looks at me because she was upset at the time. This was before the cake.
She was very upset about not being able to bring the cake in.
You could bring the cake and you just couldn't cut it.
Right.
And so she wanted the ceremony of it, so that's why we did the tailgating outside.
And it was a little bit chilly.
It was getting a little bit chilly.
So we're all standing there in the parking lot eating cake out of my sister's tailgate.
Cups. So that was
we know how to party, y'all. We can bring the party anywhere.
But about 9:00, party's over. I gotta get to bed.
Then after that, Ed and one of his friends who'd come into town wanted to go to a movie because they love the movies.
Yes.
And so ended up several of the folks who joined us went on to the movie theater, and I went as well, which I wasn't planning to do.
I actually did something I don't always do, but I coordinated what movie it was.
Yeah, you did.
And I was like, and the movie that we picked was Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah. That's it.
I was just trying to remember the title.
Which, because at first you were talking about going to movies that I wasn't interested in seeing.
Yeah, and I was trying to find something that everybody would like.
The two of you will see literally any movie that's out.
Right.
And so a lot of the movies.
So we ended up seeing it, and what did you think of the movie?
Well, I went when that was what you decided because Chris Pine and Regé-Jean Page were in it. And so I'm going to see whatever they're in.
Yeah, I knew he was in it.
Chris Pine? Regé-Jean.
Yeah, because I heard all the girls go, ooh, the ladies go, oh.
When he came on screen, everybody lost their minds. Yeah. But, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Me either.
I know people that talk about it. Seen it in social media. On my favorite show, Ghosts on CBS, they had an episode.
I tell her she should do a podcast about ghosts.
It's already out there.
I know.
So we went, but it was so much fun. It was such a fun movie. I really enjoyed it.
It was a fun movie because, some movies, you don't know what you're getting. And you don't have to know anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
Because I know nothing.
Among Thieves. But the thing is that really carried it. Chris Pine started with his...
so brilliant.
He has just his whimsical sense of humor. And then it seemed like the next character... what is her name? She was in Avatar, and she's in the Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. I don't remember what her name is. This isn't your movie show, so it's okay.
This isn't Geek Home World.
It was fun.
Watch
Geek Home World if you want to hear him talk about
which I'm probably going to review the film.
We're not reviewing the movie right now.
I know. It seems like we're... Anyway, yeah. So...
Yeah. But Ed, who'd already had a cupcake and a slice of cake and shouldn't eat that much sugar, went up to buy our tickets without me and came back with his usual giant bag of Twizzlers. So I took those away from him.
If you go to the theater, according to Nicole Kidman... no, you have to have popcorn. I have to have Twizzlers.
I don't think she says that.
I know.
She just says you have to see the theater, go to the movies in person. Because pain feels good in a place like this. If you don't go to AMC theaters, you don't know what we're talking about.
Right.
Look up Nicole Kidman, AMC, and you will see this thing that has been playing before every movie for the last year.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, AMC. So now it is time to reveal for you, for those of you who have been paying attention since the beginning, in the first episode, we went to a place called Artsy Me and got to paint our own ceramics. And so now we finally are going to be able to reveal to you what we made. Are you coming?
I thought you were going to do yours first.
Oh, I'll do mine first. So here is my owl, which you may recall that I painted that for my mother for Mother's Day because she loves owls. And so it's ready to go to Mom Love Cheryl. put the date in there so remember how old I was when I did it. So don't worry, Mom, you have something else coming that's a secret, so it's all right if you know this.
And where did Ed go?
Where did Ed go?
I'm not good at this. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. You look scared.
I'm terrified of this very colorful fish bank.
I want y'all to help me name this fish.
Any suggestions?
I went there and we went to Artsy Me and I said, she's like, what colors do you want? And I said, the loudest, brightest colors, because that's more kind of my attitude on life. So you have to watch the video for this. So if you're listening on the podcast version, go over to Geek Home World's YouTube channel, like and subscribe, thumbs up the video, and check out the video and you'll see.
Smash that follow button.
Smash that follow button. I almost dropped it when you scared me. Smash that. What? No, don't
Sorry,
smash.
I don't watch a lot
smash
of
the button, but not the little fish guy.
And you can send money for.
Yeah, this is actually a piggy bank. Yeah, and it's and I even painted the bottom, and you take the bottom off.
Just kidding. Don't send money.
You see the bottom?
Yeah.
I did paint it. But anyway, it's he's got red fins on the top there.
And a yellow fin on the side.
And yellow fins on the side because I wanted to be different.
Eyebrows because every fish has eyebrows.
He has orange eyebrows. Yes, orange eyebrows. He has red eyes, and then it's supposed to be in the center. It's supposed to be, if you could see, try to put it up the camera here. It's supposed to be yellow eyeball, but it's I'm not good on camera placement here. But anyway, he's very shiny and all that. So I like him.
Yeah, we're gonna try this again and see if we can do it. So he's better.
You'll see him in the background.
First attempt. Probably. So this is his first ever.
That was my first attempt.
Excellent.
It's ceramic, and we're definitely going back. Yeah. So Artsy Me, we're coming back. And we're gonna
be forewarned.
Yeah, and I've got. You'll see some imperfections on this one, but I'm gonna get better. So excited about that.
All right, now it's question time. So Ed,
yes,
the theme of the week has been birthdays.
We love birthdays.
You do?
It's strong in my family.
So what is your favorite birthday memory?
Oh, there's a lot because we celebrate birthdays a lot in my family. But the favorite one had to be when you and I were reconnecting after years apart, decades apart, whatever. And I was working and I was supposed to work. I told you I was working the night shift. And you ended up surprising me by coming down to see me. And the funny thing is, I switched with somebody after we talked.
Switched shifts.
I didn't tell her we switched shifts. And so I went to my sister's house and brother-in-law's house, and we were celebrating my birthday. And then she's waiting in the parking lot for me to get off of work.
Watching people come out.
Yeah.
And you were texting me. I said, what are you doing? And you said, we're dancing now. I'm like, wow, they're really celebrating him at his job.
I know. And but I was at my sister's house. So I was like, oh my gosh, you're here. And so I was like, I gotta go.
So we headed in the same direction.
Yeah, and we
ended up accidentally.
Well, I don't know if accidentally.
It was the only place that was still open.
That was between us. One of my other favorite places to eat in Savannah, Carrie Hilliard's.
Well, not just that. That was where we went on our first date. Way back when we were children. Yeah.
Not children. No.
Well, we're very young adults.
Young adults, yeah.
We might have been 20.
Might have been 20, maybe. So, yeah, we didn't plan that, but that's kind of how
because we couldn't remember where we went. But when we got there, we're like, oh, this is where we went. Of course it is. And
we have been talking here and there. And when we got there, we're sitting there with each other. We had nothing to say. but it was cool. It all worked out, and here we are. And so that's the story.
We're sticking to it.
Yeah. So we're talking about birthdays. What was your best birthday?
Well, I am not as into celebrations as you are.
Right.
And so, I had a lot of birthday parties when I was a kid. My sister and I have birthdays very close together. So my parents always tried to make sure we each felt special. Right. But since I've been an adult, I really don't do the birthday thing. So
we accept.
I would
cash.
say my most effective birthday wish. Yeah, was back in 2020.
Right.
My mother kept saying, "What do you want for your birthday? What do you want to do for your birthday? What do you want to do?" And usually it's just in our family, we're just like somebody pick a restaurant and we all go to the restaurant. But I said, Mom, I just want to stay home with my family. I just want to be at home with the family and have a good meal. And so that's what we did. Well, here's the thing. My birthday is in March. Mm-hmm. And so within a couple of days of me making the wish to stay home with my family, we all went into lockdown in the United States for the next however many months. Oh my gosh. So that's the most effective birthday wish I've ever had. So I apologize to everyone. The pandemic was my birthday wish. I've been trying to make a better birthday wish in the year since then. No, I just wish to stay home.
You wish to stay home.
Be careful what you ask for. Right. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm wishing
read the small print.
I'm wishing for a lot of money and a lot of subs on the YouTube channel.
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted submarine sandwiches.
I'll take subs, but please send me a bunch of subs.
Oh, Lord.
But
well, so this week we're getting ready for our next adventure. And so ahead of that, our challenge to you this week is to get ready for National Parks Week here in the United States. That's coming up April 22nd to April 30th. There are so many great parks. And, of course, famous ones like Yosemite. What's the one with the geysers? Should have looked that up, huh?
Old Faithful. Yellowstone.
Oh, my gosh, there's a show about that. Well, not about the guys. Anyway, so our challenge to you, find a national park or a national historic site near you and go explore, because usually these are
Splorin,
free, or there might be activities that are very low cost. You might have a parking fee to pay or something, but
it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. We've got a site here in Augusta that we're going to go to. They're having Canal Day celebration coming up this weekend, so we're going to go check that out and talk about that on the next episode. So in the meantime, thanks for exploring with us.
And remember to always find the joy in the journey.